Hi, everyone. Strong. And I'm here today with Brett Dollenberg, Sylvia, and Latasha Barnes. Today we came to you because we want to answer all ILHC typical questions we see, and then if you have any, and we will get to those as well. So, Scott.
Hi, I am the chief operator. What that kind of entails is just in a nice way, so it's communicated to everyone, having everything virtual. So just like Tina said, go through different this year. And so what I'll do is I will share my screen. And Carrie, let me know when that's active.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. So first thing first is just the kind of the official rules. You can find it under the main section, ILHC 2020 online, official rules. We have some of the boilerplate that we normally have at the top, just who it is and who everybody is, and how things are basically working with the rules and who's competing in what. In terms of a couple of the changes is the music. Anybody that's choosing music, I probably have seen this all over the website. If you're thinking about doing a classic or video showcase, we have a list of bands that have approved their music for use in this because we are live streaming it. We're asking all of the modern bands, not the ones that would necessarily, like Count Basie, have their music not be able to be used without copyright. So check out the bands page for what bands are options to choose. Then the main section is just how to participate. This is like a new kind of set of rules. And what this is doing is helping the process for Brett and Patrick and Natasha to be able to create the videos for the stream. This is really going to help us out by going through this and just reading it all. So it's like what the video quality is, and we're not going to be kicking anybody out or disqualifying people as long as you're roughly trying to follow these. But we have like a minimum video quality that we're asking for. Again, if you can't do it, then we're not going to be kicking anybody out. And just how the video file should be labeled for our upload system. And the video criteria is kind of the main one. Most notably is just that we don't want the judges seeing the videos before they're supposed to judge the videos. So they should not be uploaded to kind of any platform or shared before the event. That's kind of the big no-no, I guess. But then as soon as the event is over, you can share it to anybody you'd like. Anyway, reading these would be like the main place to start, I would say. Just that if you're a competitor, you're the only one in the video. If it's you and a partner, then it's just you and a partner in the video. Presenting yourself clearly as possible, trying to declutter an area. Everybody's got, we're just trying to do the best we can with that so the videos are nice. So do what you can. The videos should have an introduction, just so if there's any kind of naming problem with the video, we can make sure that those are linked up, that you're saying your name and also the file name is the same thing, so we don't accidentally say it's one person and it's actually somebody else. Be sure that your audio and your video are synced, like the visual, everybody's on beat when you submit the video. And you don't need to edit your names in. That's what the introduction's for. We're going to handle the editing of the names, so it's all the same format. You try to use landscape mode if you can, but you may not be able to get out of the house or anything like that. May have a smaller area, so you can use portrait mode as well, but try to use landscape mode if you can. And there's no other criteria for the video showcase division. That's kind of our special division, so you can do anything you want. And in fact, we encourage creativity with that. You can do any kind of edits. You can have 4 people across the world, up to 4 people across the world, and edit everything together. You can do any kind of edits you want. You can move the camera. Creativity is encouraged. For the classic solo, all the other divisions, we do have extra criteria, and that is the video should be taken in one shot. That these should be closer to what you would normally experience at ILHC. The judges sitting in one location watching the division, and so the video should be taken in one shot, not edited together. The video should capture the entire performance. The camera can move back and forth. You could have somebody operating it, but the camera itself shouldn't move. So it can pan and zoom, but not actually pick up and move to another location. And then no props. And so those are the kind of the main rules for that. We also have on other pages here, under the competitions, each division has kind of its own set of things. This is just telling you the deadlines and other basically what the division is going to be. So for the open showcase, or excuse me, the open solo jazz Charleston division, we have a competition deadline for all of them is actually October 8th, coming up soon. Then you're going to submit 2 videos, and all of these are kind of laid out. So you'll submit a prelims video and a finals video at once, and the judges will watch the prelims video, and if you make it to finals, they will watch the finals video. And the video should have just one dancer in it. We just announced the music. The music is listed below. And you should submit your videos by October 15th. So that's basically like how the layout is for every competition. It just details. We also have some competition details PDF. And this lists out essentially all of that information one more time, just in one location. So if you're in that open solo jazz Charleston here, it's got all of that information in kind of one location. So feel free to use that or the website. And if you have questions about these songs or anything like that, you can let us know about that. I think the one main question that we've gotten so far for this is just exactly how much should you be dancing in these. We have it listed over here, but I can see that could be a little confusing. So we're going to go back and edit this a little bit. But so let's say Holy Cats here, it's a blues structure, so 6/8 per chorus, and you'll dance to 3 choruses plus the intro. So what we're going to do is go back through and tell you the time signature that it ends, just to be totally clear on that. But it's whatever that intro is leading into the first chorus, and then 3 choruses. So that's how this is listed. But we're going to go back in and add in that time signature. Anyway, I think that's the basics for how all of the website is labeled. And I would just encourage everybody to actually read these official rules as best you can, especially that how to participate section. So it's really clear to you how it's all working.
Good. Thank you, Scott. I don't think we actually introduced everybody. That was my fault. So I would like for each person to just kind of say a little bit about themselves and their position in ILHC and what they're in charge of, so that kind of people know who to ask questions of. You can always send a question to ILHC info@ilhc.com, but you can also reach out to any one of the organizers here for any of your questions. So let's start with Sylvia, of course.
I'm Sylvia. I kind of help run the contests. I've been doing this for all of ILHC, I think since day one, I think. It's been a while. So basically, if you have a question about contests or what to do with it, you can either ask me or Scott, because obviously Scott knows everything too. Mostly I've just kind of help run the competitions. So if you have a competition question, ask me, ask Scott, and we'll do the best we can to get you the answer. Really hope that you can participate, because it's an odd year for all of us, but we're hoping that you can take this opportunity to to maybe join ILHC in a way that you would not be able to on a regular in-person year. So welcome to the weirdness, but we hope to have you join the family here. On to Brett. Who needs to be unmuted.
I got that. It's cool.
You warned us not to mute ourselves for that reason. Anyways, I'm Brett Dollenberg. I'm the head of production, and during a live event, that would usually mean running a video camera and editing videos and posting them and sharing them out to the world. But because this is a completely virtual year, we're doing things backwards in a sense. We're getting the videos up front, editing them, and then you'll see them as a video for the first time. And so it's just my job to make sure that all the live streams run on time and without interruption, and to make all of your videos that you send in look exactly as you intended them. And that's basically it.
Thanks, Brett. Carrie?
Hi, I am Carrie. In the past, I've mostly been working competitions because ILHC is quite a beast, and so it requires a lot of people to help run all of those comps. I am transitioning to being in charge of people, and really excited about helping move ILHC forward because it's near and dear to my heart.
Thank you, Carrie. And last but not least, the fabulous Latasha Barnes.
Thanks, Tina. Latasha Barnes. I'm very excited to step into the role of VP of Marketing and Community Outreach. I am been enjoying the process of getting onboarded and getting things up and running to virtual ILHC 2020 to you all in the way that we hope and design. I've been helping to direct the marketing vision and engagement throughout the community. So if you have ideas for how to participate to be more social, or if you're a vendor and you have some things that you would like to contribute to the event for us to give away or share with the community, I would be the person that you reach out to so that we can coordinate those efforts. But I'm so excited and looking forward to sharing in this new virtual world, ILHC, which, like Carrie, is very near and dear to me as it was my first Lindy Hop event. So.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Awesome. That's right. Love that. Okay, so that's our team. I think we should probably get on to some questions, some of our most asked questions. Where do we want to start?
There's a question on Facebook.
Okay.
It's how many times do the judges watch the videos? Are they able to watch it once or multiple times?
Sylvia, you want to take that one?
I believe you could watch it multiple times if you needed to, but we're going to try to make it as much like in-person ILHC as possible. So the judges will watch everything and then try to order them. But since we're not in the perfect world, let's say somebody's daughter throws up on them during the competition, they're watching that video, they may have to rewatch it again. So they can rewatch them, but we're trying to encourage people to judge it in the way that they would in a live ILHC or an in-person ILHC.
Thank you. Let's see what else. Anything else on the website, and I'll move to some of the ones that we've already received. Okay. Let's see. One of the first ones was about time limits and introductions. I also think there's been many questions about how do I start a video. I think we told them about an intro. Scott, if you want to speak to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of the main questions in terms of that intro is like, well, how do I do this all in one take and also do an intro? That you can for sure do as a separate cut. So if you just want to say at the very beginning, I'm Scott Angelus, I'm dancing in the Open Solo Jazz Charleston contest, that's all you need for that. or I guess you need prelims versus finals because there's 2 videos. But yeah, that's all you need to get that started, and just take that one clip and then dance. You may have to dance 5 times, 10 times, whatever you're gonna do. Whatever clip that you've got of you dancing to the song, you can just combine those together, and then that'll be the video that you submit. Yeah.
One of the biggest questions, or the most often asked question, is whether or not someone can dance to a song, by Count Basie or someone like that. And the answer is that you must dance to the list, to a band that's a modern band that's on our list of bands. I don't know if we can show that or not, but we do have a list of modern bands, and we're adding more every day. I think we will add up until the competition deadline, and after that, that's it. And so you must dance to that, and we have reasons for that, but and we also want to support our bands. So you must dance to modern bands, and they must be listed on our page. If you have a band that you would like to, go ahead.
I can share that page if you would like.
But as I think Tina was going to say, is that if you have a modern band that you'd really like to dance to that's not on the list, contact us, and we're happy to try to get permission from them to be able to offer that to you and also to the other contestants.
Yeah.
So we're always adding extra bands. We don't know all the modern bands in the world, so if you have a favorite, or if you know of a band, if you can give us their contact information, that's great. If not, I do my very best to try to find their information and make contact with them to see if we can gain their permission so that we can use their music for the ILHC event.
Yeah, and Sylvia's been doing a fabulous job of whenever we get a request in, she actually follows up, tries to contact the band. If you don't see somebody on there that you've actually contacted, and we have tried, sometimes we have to reach out to a music company or to their website, and if they don't respond back, we try multiple times, but we must have their permission. So don't just take it upon yourself to use just because it's a modern band. We need their permission in order to use their music for the competition. Let's see, what else? What's next?
That's here on if you go to ilhc.com and hover on artists and then click bands, it's right there.
Great. Let's see, what's next?
There's another question on Facebook. I'll just read it verbatim. One of my students will attend the event at junior category. How will we be sending the permission of her parents? We know it is Dropbox, but when are we going to receive the link or invitation to do it?
Yeah, right now we're currently working on that with our youth coordinators. You will probably receive something in the next couple of weeks. We're still setting all that up. The juniors program will be basically a separate event, just like it is at ILHC. They'll have their own login, their own sort of, whether it's a Zoom meeting or it's probably going to be a Zoom meeting. And once we get, you'll be contacted. We do have a couple of people registered. You'll be contacted by the youth directors, and they will tell you how that's going to happen and what's going to happen. So just be patient with us. We're trying to set up instructors for them and set up a whole program for the youth. But if you have any youth, please let us know. If you have youth that may not can afford to participate, let us know that as well. We'd be happy to have all youth around the world. And this is the one time that I think that we could do it that way, have them participate. And so, at ILHC, we definitely have a heart for youth with our youth program. So we would love for them all to participate. So, yeah.
Also, if I could jump in for the, and this is true for all of the competitions, the video submission for the juniors will happen in that kind of same way. We'll send out a link to everybody that's in a competition, and it'll go to that email address that signed up the competitor, and that link will get you over to our competition system, and on that you can confirm your details, that we've got the person's name listed correctly, all of that kind of stuff, and submit the video. And that'll take it directly to our Dropbox. So it'll all use kind of like our front end system that should be pretty easy to upload into Dropbox for you.
Scott put me on the spot. I'm helping work on that part for the live stream.
Yeah.
Carrie, do you want to mention about asking the anonymous questions?
Yeah, I did submit, or I did share the form on the Facebook live stream. There is an anonymous form if you want to ask questions and you aren't quite interested in having your name attached to it. There is an option to add your name, but you don't have to use it. You can ask us questions and I'll be monitoring that and then relaying those questions to this group. So
Thank you. Thank you. Let's pick another question from our past ones. What's a good one? What's the next one? I think we did that, the under 18. For the youth, someone asked, the person is 18 and they're not in high school, and can they compete in the junior division? And the answer is no. You must be 17 years or younger. If you are 18 and you're in high school, you can still compete in the juniors division, or you can join the juniors division, but you must be in high school still. Let's see, next one. Oh, this is a good one. So we've been asked, and Sylvia, I'm going to ask you to address this one, is what is an example of a prop? We have in our rules that you cannot use props while you're dancing. And so we'll let Sylvia take that one.
It's just a little bit tricky. So a prop is something that you're not wearing, basically. If you have a hat on and you're dancing with a hat on, that's fine. But if you have a hat that you keep throwing off and picking back up and passing to somebody else, and then, it's like, that's iffy. But if it's your hat and you have it on all the time, it's on your body, being held by some part of your body, I think that would be okay. But if you're having hats being thrown to you from off camera, that would not be good. An umbrella, a hall tree that you're dancing with, an outhouse that you jump out of, those sort of things. Yes, that's happened in the past. It's just not at ILHC. Guns, things like that, we would prefer not to have in the video. We just want to see you dance. So it's yeah. So this isn't like a Broadway production. So we just want plain, straight up, really awesome Lindy Hop or solo jazz, and that's what we're looking for. Not so much how you can incorporate other objects into the dance, other than in the video showcase. The video showcase, you could use props if you wanted to, I believe. Yes. Someone shake their head. Okay, well. Yeah, my understanding for the video showcase is that's where you're going to use all the props, and that's where you're going to get creative with the video editing, but also you can get more creative with your dancing on that one. That's kind of a free for all on that one. So if you really have a great idea about dancing with a something or other, or using something or other to incorporate into the dance, is to do it in the video showcase category.
Right.
I have to cough, sorry.
Thank you. All right, so the next one, and this one is
a few questions that came in.
Oh, okay.
The first question is, if there are not enough registrations, are you going to cancel the prelims for the normalizer?
I don't know.
I would
I think
say
that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Oh, well, if we only have, you mean if we only have six?
If we only have 16
people.
Yeah.
Oh, well, would it go like straight to finals?
Will it go straight to finals? That's a possibility.
Yeah.
We also might just show all the we might just show. We also might just show all the prelims. Show everybody what you came up with. You put the work in. You sent us a video. I think that would be great to have that be able to be shown to everybody, because if you put the work in, it would be horrible just to say, oh, well, we're not going to use it. We would love to be able to present anything that you've put your heart and soul into. So I think that even if we went straight to finals, we would still show the prelims.
Right. And so there's not a scenario where you wouldn't have to shoot your prelim video, that you would make it into the finals just by registering. You would still have to submit a prelim video.
Correct.
And we would still show it.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then the second question is, I know you said no logo or names. Are you talking digital? Is a backdrop on the wall allowed? Pictures on the wall? And honestly, like, I feel like I understand where this is coming from. It's how clean do we want the background of our space? How clean of the space?
Right.
We understand that everyone's living in your home. You can see that Latasha has a little backdrop, and that Sylvia has her plants, and Tina has her bookshelves. We understand that you are in a space, and that is more of a guideline and a suggestion to have a clean area than a requirement. And then on top of that, and Scott, correct me if that's wrong, I would say that, like, for logos and names and family pictures, use your best judgment would be my guess.
Yeah. Well, what we don't want, and the reason why we said the logos and names, is that we don't want advertisements, like, you know, so if you're trying to advertise your studio or whatever it is, that's why we said no logos and things like that. So, you know, we do realize that people are in spaces, but if it's clear to us that this is an advertisement, that's probably like not going to fly. So, yeah.
Yeah, you
And
can always put a sheet over it.
The biggest cause for concern is just to be able to clearly see your dancing.
Exactly.
So if you have the grand idea and you can get space to your studio and the studio's logo is painted on the wall, I mean, there's not too much we can do about that. However, if the logo that's painting on the wall interferes with us being able to clearly see your movement, you might want to reconsider using that space.
And I think it depends on,
To the left.
I think it also depends on like what the purpose of that is. If like if you're trying to put out a video to promote that you sell, I don't know, rockets, then, and you've got your rocket shop right next to you and there's a logo and it's like, hey, go to the rocket shop. That's going to be like more of an advertisement than you happen to be dancing next to a rocket shop. I don't know what a rocket shop is.
Is that something you're earmarking for? Scott's been shopping for a rocket, though. So
I have been.
It's on his mind.
We actually do have another question from Facebook.
Okay.
We have another question from Facebook saying, I have another question. Do we have to send a permission letter of the band we are going to choose their music for the contest, or just choose a band of the ones that are announced on your website?
If you just pick one from the website, they all have given their permission. So as soon as they give us permission, we put them on the website. So any music from any of those bands is acceptable. If you have a modern band that is not on our website, if you give us the information, we will do our best to get permission from them. If you have their contact information, it makes my job easier. But if you don't, we will do our best to get the permission and then allow you to use that. But if you want to use anything from the website, it's already kosher.
Yeah, and I think and we've had this before too, where someone's actually gotten permission from the band themselves to them to use it, but that's not the same thing. We have to have permission to ILHC.
Yeah, it's a really simple process. So if you just give me the information, if a band says, oh, sure, you can use this piece of music, just give me their contact information. And it's a real simple, it's not a big legalized thing that we have to do with them, but it's a real simple thing. But I can contact them and get their official permission to cover us, and then they can go on the website.
And you would send that to ilhcinfo@ilhc.com.
Yes.
One more question. Will every video from prelims be shown?
I believe so. And some of the earlier, like, some of the prelims are going to be early on in the day, or early on in the day for the broadcast. So yes, if you put your heart and soul into something and you send it into us, we'll show it.
And you're inside the official rules.
Right. I was going to say, unless you're naked and you have a prop in front of a logo that is promoting your thing. Yeah. So if it's within the guidelines, we will show it. Yes, Brett?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, if your video doesn't get rejected for other reasons, it will get shown during the appropriate stuff. It's already on the schedule. If people make their way to ilhc.com and take a look at the schedule, prelims are already on there. And yeah, so.
Yeah, so you can have your friends and family see all the hard work you put in, no matter where you end up in the competition. And that's really the most important part is to share your love of the dance with us, and to yeah, we got to keep this thing going somehow in our own little homes without seeing each other. So please,
I know.
keep going.
Okay. One of the other questions we received previously is, do we have to start the choreography from beginning until the 2:30 mark on the song, or can they cut parts of the middle of the song to make the time requirement?
Is this for like classic and showcase? They can do that. If it's for the solo jazz, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and
No,
I think
they
Scott had some
can't.
answers on this.
Yeah, you're right on the classics. In fact, you can edit it as well any way you like. So if you've got a song,
Music.
Edit the music.
The music.
edit the music. Sorry, you can edit the music any way you like. So if the time requirement is less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and the song you're selecting is 5 minutes, then you can cut it down to 2:30. You could cut out middle sections, splice it together. You could speed up the song. You could double the song. That would get you down to 2:30, but that would be crazy. But yeah, you could speed it up, slow it down, edit it, whatever you want that gets you into that time range, using the music that's selected on the band's page. For the solo and the normalizer, you can't do any of that. You have to take the music as is. And we'll be dancing just as if you heard it at the event live. You just have to dance to it, and that's the idea. Just like you would be able to take a song and edit it for a classic division normally, or a team division normally, you can do that.
Thank you. Someone has spoken about not receiving confirmations of their registration for a particular contest. So for if any reason you didn't receive, you've entered in, you've registered on the ILHC website, you paid your money, and you're just wondering whether or not you're confirmed in a contest and you didn't receive a registration, just send to ilhcinfo@ilhc.com, and we'll get back to you and we will confirm your entry.
I've got another question. I feel like I have the power. I've got the power.
Oh my goodness.
People really want to be anonymous.
Hey, I like to support the people. So the question is, if we record with an extra microphone to pick up our rhythms, are we allowed to overlay that on our video?
Probably. I mean, I don't want to speak for the rules, but I mean, if they, if it's
You
just
gotta time
synced,
it right.
right, that's the thing. If it's synced correctly and they send us something, we probably wouldn't even know, if I'm being honest.
Right.
And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. It would just be the equivalent of your camera having 2 microphones on it. But if someone else feels like that might be a violation of the rules, please.
No, I think it's fine. It's just if you're doing some kind of tap thingy, I would hope that it was picking up the sound from the video that we're watching, not just, hey, I tapped over here, I'm going to lay it on top of my video.
Yeah, because that could probably be distracting, and then that could probably count against you.
Right. Yeah. So as long as it's the same take, it's fine with me.
Right. Exactly. If it's synchronous sound, that I think is totally appropriate. If you're taking multiple takes and editing them together, that would be a violation of the rules.
Yeah, just make sure it's in time and that it's good.
Good.
Eyebrow.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Latasha, we just want you to kind of stand over and just do the eyebrow anytime.
Can do.
I'm gonna practice that in the mirror later.
I cannot raise my eyebrows individually.
All right, let's see. And I think the next one is just wondering if there's a cutoff date for registration. Latasha, you want to speak to that? With the eyebrow.
Closing date for registration. For those who were looking at the online engagement from Instagram, it was noted as October the 1st. It has now been extended to October the 8th for registration.
And then can we add some clarification around is there a cutoff date for registering to view versus compete?
Very good. Would you like to speak to that, Ms. Carey?
No,
I can
I would
answer.
not.
Okay. All right. So I believe there's a couple of competition. Well, Scott can speak to that. There's a couple of competition registration, but the viewing registration that's completely different. That can go all the way up until the day of. Basically, just we hope to get you in and get you the proper codes to where we're going to stream it and your passwords. But competition registration deadlines, Scott, you got that one?
Yeah. Competition registration deadline is going to be October 8th. That's going to be true for all of them, all of the contests. So if you want to compete, which we would love to have you compete, then October 8th is your deadline to do that.
To register.
And to register. And then that gives you a week. If you didn't start already, that still gives you a week to create your either normalizer or solo contest. So that's plenty of time still if you do want to wait the last minute to think about it. But don't register now. And in terms of the classic and the team, you have all the way until October 31st to submit your videos for that. So we have October 15th and October 31st.
But you have to register before the video. I mean, you have to register by the 8th.
Yeah.
Then you can submit a little bit after that. You
Yeah.
register by the 8th.
And there are reasons for that. And I know people think that might be a long time before the competition, but you have to understand that this is a Herculean effort that is going on as far as trying to make this virtual, trying to get everything judged. There's an extreme tight deadline between registering. We have to get you registered. We got to get everybody with their own specific location where they're going to put their videos. So we have to get things edited. So there's a lot that has to happen before November. So, yeah.
I just want to recapture something that was mentioned. And if you to emphasize that there are day passes. So if you know that you're in prelims and you want your mom and pop to be able to watch from their house safely because quarantining is a thing that you should do, then they can go buy a day pass and watch you compete at the same time. And that's really cool. So highly encourage you, if you have friends or family who want to watch ILHC and watch you compete, get them to sign up for a day pass. This is a great time to bring your friends and family into the fold.
And that can be really last minute. Ideally like a day before, just to make sure that you've got the password and everything to be able to get in. But really, it can be very last minute to get you in there. It's just keep in mind, we're going to have volunteers and us checking emails, checking all of that kind of stuff. So if you give us a little bit more time, it'll be easier to make sure that everybody's got the password right when you need it for each of the streams.
Yeah, let's talk about those day passes, and I want to put that up on screen. Unless Carrie, you've already got it. Should I do that or?
Give me a sec, because I had it's in a weird format so that I can watch the questions at the same time.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Excuses, everyone, and Facebook Live. There's Andrew and a baby.
What's up? How's it going?
Not bad. That's a shocker.
I want to hug you.
I told you somebody was going to crash.
Oh. These are some of my old friends, Kateri, that I haven't seen in a long time.
Very old.
They're having a special meeting and I'm interrupting it. It's like knock, knock. Who's there? Interrupting cow. And then moo. Just like that. We're teaching them jokes. Here's my little Garrett.
Hey.
Cutie pie.
So I just wanted to call and say hi.
We missed you.
Yeah, miss you guys too.
See moment.
Well, I'll hang up now, but you guys can keep talking shop. Enjoy ILHC.
Love you.
Miss you, man.
Miss you guys too.
Bye. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew.
Oh, I miss him.
So I think we were talking about day passes.
Yeah.
Who knows?
See the babies. Way more important.
All right. So if you go to the registration page, gotta move all the Zoom things out of the way. Go to the registration page. You'll see this where you can do this. We do also have a donation if you. It's surprisingly expensive to run virtual ILHC, even though it's all virtual. So if you feel like you would like to donate some money and make that happen, we will take it, but you can click this button and register. And then there are day passes. We have closed the early bird registration, but you can get a day pass here for $15 until the end of October. Then it goes up to $20 a day. So while you can register your family until the very end, super helpful to get them in early. And then we do have watch party day passes. We understand that there are a lot of places that are mostly not in the US that where groups can gather safely. So if you want to gather a group, and this is very much on the honor system, but it does save you some money and also accounts for a larger group watching together. And then you can see that there's a youth program. And it has a private event with a day pass. And then there's also some contest pricing down here.
Can we just reiterate one thing real quick for the juniors or the youth program? If you know anybody that $20 would be prohibitive for them doing this, or maybe they are very new into it and they, you just want to encourage them to be able to join in, get in contact with us at ILHC info at ILHC.com. And we really can help make that happen. We've had some generous donations towards the youth program. I mean, always more is helpful, but we do have space for people to join.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the $15 right now and what that includes, that maybe people don't understand what they're getting for that $15 a day pass. So let's talk about like the teachers, the classes that we have. Anybody want to address that?
I think Tina, you're already.
Okay.
Interesting.
I will do it. Okay. So for $15, I mean, where else are you going to get this kind of level instruction? So that is a day pass. And so it does include whatever contests are for that day, the viewing of the contest, and it also includes the classes as well. So if you look at our schedule, you'll see just all the amazing instructors that we have, like Sky and Frida. I think Frida is going to be teaching a master class. Like if you're not even at a master level, but you can actually view the class. I mean, where is that going to happen? Nowhere in the world is that going to happen, that you're going to be able to view a master class with Frida Segredal for $15. Not going to happen. So those are the type of things, including like our LED stuff. We've got a lot of free stuff that we're doing for the community. As always, ILHC likes to give back. So our LED sessions and our dances are free to the public. We do have some other things coming up, maybe a fashion show, I think, Tasha, maybe. Maybe some other things that the normal things that we do at ILHC, which are our LED sessions, our swing dance museum. We've had a fashion show. Those kind of things are always free and open to the public, and we want to carry that forward in virtual ILHC as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dance
but for
parties are going to be
$15,
amazing.
yeah, for $15, you get all you get the fashion show if we have one, the dances, the LED talks, all of the competitions, and most importantly, I think there's 3 classes every single day. Some of them
Every
are
single
for
day.
solo, and some of them are for partnership. But you don't have to have a partner. But all of that, the whole banana for $15. So I think it's a good deal.
More questions for that. If you buy a $15 day pass, but you can't attend all of it, are you allowed to go back and rewatch it?
Yes, not indefinitely, but
Yeah.
we do. Yeah, for those who bought a pass, you don't have to watch it in real time as it's being streamed. So if you bought the $15 pass and you're from a time zone where you just don't want to get up at 3 in the morning to watch something, you can watch it later that day. So it's time shifted. You can, I think it's up for 24 hours, or is it up for the whole weekend?
We had tentatively said a week.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think we'll do our best judgment.
It's
Right.
safe to say that anything that is available to view will be up for the entirety of the weekend.
Right.
That's great.
And then beyond that is
yeah, maybe the Sunday stuff will be up for all of Monday as well to help. But yeah, so you don't have to watch it at the exact time that it's being offered online, but you can only rewatch these things if you buy the pass. So they're not going to be up for the general public, just for the fancy pass holder day people.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I really appreciate about working with this group is we want ILHC to be accessible for everyone, and we want it to be a quality event that has real cash prizes for people that really make it interesting and fun to put in 100% of your best. Like, give that little the carrot. So trying to balance that is really important to us. If you have issues with that, contact us. And if you are able to help support that vision and you're interested in making that happen, then also feel free to contact us. Any more to be said on that? Because I do have another question.
Well, yeah, so I did want to mention that ILHC is under the Houston Swing Dance Society. We are a nonprofit, and as such, very much a nonprofit.
Zero.
Zero profit. 13 years going strong.
Yeah, zero. Not a paycheck in 13 years.
But we do, I mean, even though, like Carrie said, even though this is virtual, we have incurred quite a bit of expense just putting this on and trying to still put on a quality event. We have expenses that we have to pay no matter what, just to make sure next year happens. And so we do appreciate any donations. You can donate on our webpage. Yeah, that it would help a lot to go forward so that we can continue to do what we do here. We thank you in advance for that.
Any more on that? Because I have one question for Scott or Sylvia, both of you. If we pass to finals, do we have to send another video?
No. Well, when you send in your video, you send in your prelim and your final. Yeah. And so you don't have to send in another one because you've already sent it in. So if it's a prelim and a final kind of competition, let's say classic, you send in your classic prelims, classic finals. That might be the same video, I think.
Right, actually classic doesn't have one. It's just one video for that one.
Yeah. So let's say for the normalizer, you would send in your prelim normalizer, and then you also have your different rounds in the normalizer. Same thing with the solo jazz. You have to send in all the videos. Just pretend that you're going to win it, and so you send in all the videos that you need to, so that we can show you winning the contest, even if you don't.
The normalizer is a little different though, right?
Yeah.
They're sending the prelims, and then if they are notified
then they send in the 4.
Right. Then they have
Yeah.
to send in all levels, but that is one where they don't have to send in all the
The final,
videos. Until they know they make finals.
Yeah.
I think
But that's a good
We'll let you
question.
know that you made finals in enough time for you to capture
right.
good 4 rounds.
But
But
that
more
does.
importantly, read the rules. The rules are there to share with you so you can schedule how you need to record.
I was just going to propose what happens if someone submits a prelim, but they were also supposed to submit a final video. What happens on our end? Do we notify them and have them send in their final? Right. It doesn't. It's. I mean, we want people to participate. We want them to follow the rules, but we're gonna do our best to work with everyone.
Yeah. We've always tried to make the rules are there so we don't have chaos in theory, except for behind the scene. So out front, we try to keep the chaos at a minimum. But we've always tried to not just be super authoritarian about our exactness with the rules. We're not here to try to make a rule so that you can try to figure out how to get around the rule. We're just trying to make it so that everybody can participate and it's not nutso. It's not a crazy, chaotic mess. But if you are going to try to participate in something that has 2 rounds, try to send us both at the same time would be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, and
this
going
is
off
another
of,
reason for the registration for like the completion time frame, the 15th and the 30th, to give us time to get organized with everything that we should have from you and to let you know if something is missing.
And if there's a problem
100%.
with the video, if there's a problem with your video, Brett can contact you or contact us and we'll contact you as to what has to be fixed on it, and we will let you resubmit it. We're not going to go, oh, well, there's a little boo-boo, forget it. We're going to try to work with you to make sure that we can include everybody who wants to be included.
And that's an argument for submitting your videos early as possible. So just in case there's some kind of issue, like, even just a simple tech issue, like your video doesn't play for us and you need to re-export it and send it again, like that stuff takes time. So if you're pushing the deadlines, that just makes things harder on our end, and then could potentially end up in a situation where your video does not get seen because we just physically can't get it in on time. So we're going to try to head all that off by doing everything as soon as possible. That means you do everything as soon as possible.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into one of the other questions, and I think Scott kind of addressed it, but just for detail, it says, I'm trying to find the info on where exactly to submit our competition videos and how to label them. So Scott, you want to tell them what's going to happen?
Sure. Yeah. So in terms of labeling, we're going to ask that you label your file itself. So like it has your name, it has which contest that you're in, prelims, finals, whatever video it is that you've got, you're going to label it yourself. And then you'll upload it to our system. And that way we have the file name matching the introduction that you'll do, and we'll know, okay, this is the right video for the contest that we're putting together. And in terms of the system itself, as soon as registration ends, we're going to send out a link to everybody to log into the system, and it'll ask for all the videos that you need. So for every division that's not the normalizer, it'll say, submit these videos, like your prelims and your finals of the solo, or the one for the classic. And for the normalizer, it'll just ask for the prelims. And then if you make finals, we're going to announce the finalists, and then those 16 competitors will do those 4 rounds, and it'll ask for those 4 in the system. And so we'll go back to the 16 people that make it to the finals of the normalizer and say, hey, go back to the system. You're set to be able to upload those 4 now. Did that answer that question all the way?
I think so.
Okay.
Johnson, to me.
I have a question about past deferrals. From Sungjin, they were delayed last year's 2019 pass. In this case, can they delay 1 more year, or do they have to join a virtual ILHC?
They can, because we're not going to hold them to just, because normally the rule is that if the people in 2019, they could delay it 1 year and only 1 year, which would have been 2020. But if you were had a delayed pass from 2019, we are going to allow you to move it to 2021.
And also, please join us for this year.
Yeah. So, but if you want to apply it to this year, you can apply it to this year as well.
But you don't have to.
But you don't have to.
Yeah.
And how do they defer if they another year? Is that automatic, or do they need to?
And they definitely need, especially if they're 2019, they need to say something. They need to contact us. And I believe we wrote everyone. I know we wrote all the people that registered for 2020 in person and asked them what they wanted to do with their passes and whether they wanted to donate it. Some people donated their pass to the cost. Thank you very much for that. Some people, they applied a portion of their, since it's a lot less money, and then they have a credit for next year, that kind of thing. But
if you're from 2019.
But if you're 2019, you need to let us know what you what you want to do. Yep, that's it. Let's see. We have a question that says, I want to know the watch party pass 5+ means 5 to 10 people to watch. And do I need to send the name who can access on the time when I register? The party pass is meant, so say like the 5+ is meant from 5 to 10 people, and you will get one ID. So it's the party passes are meant for people like if you do have a studio and you want, and if you're able to at that time in the end of November and there's a little bit more congregation and you're able to have that many people in a room or whatever, you would buy that pass, but it's just one ID to that specific pass.
Or if you have a large family.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. And also still please remember, and I think some people are kind of having a little trouble understanding this, the viewing of the competitions is separate from the entering the competition. So you have the ability to enter a competition but not view the competition. You have to pay to view the competition. So you can enter, you can join, we will play the video during the weekend. But in order to view, you do need to buy a day pass. And so that was one of the other reasons why we split it up into 3 days, because say if you're only competing in the solo and that's the only thing you want to do, you can just buy a pass for that day and not buy for the other days. But we would appreciate everyone buying a pass for all 3 days. I think are we about, that might be about it, unless you guys got some more questions on the end.
I think there's a couple more on the sheet, Tina.
Okay, you want to take?
I do also have another question here. Are we able to comment as we watch the comps, like a la Facebook Live, allowing you to comment?
I'll take that. I believe so, but we're still in the process of vetting all of that through the systems that we will be broadcasting through. My understanding is that yes, that will be a thing.
And even if it's not within that system, we could do a Facebook group potentially to allow that on the side. So there could be two screens potentially, but ideally it's all on one thing.
And then I know we have questions on the sheet, but I have a question at the wrap.
Okay. What other ones from the sheets? Let's see. Is an email going out?
I think the two highlighted.
You want to take it?
Yeah. So there was a question about who picks the music for these. I think we've updated the website enough that it's a little bit more clear. Naomi, the Uyama, our competition DJ, has selected all of the music for the normalizer and created some music for the normalizer and the solo contest. So she selected all the music that everybody's dancing to, and you should see that listed on the competition pages for the teams, the classic, the video showcase, and the juniors solo, you get to pick the music, and that's where you would go to the bands and choose whichever song from whichever band that you like from that list.
Yeah. Let's talk about that commissioning of of Naomi Uyama's band to do music. Do you want to speak to that too? What we've done there? I think that's kind of important.
Yeah, so we're really, with both the invite solo and the normalizer, we're running both of those contests like we did the normalizer last year. So if you watch the video or if you're there in person, it's a battle style. So 16 competitors go in and go head to head. So the 8 that win their battles go to the next round, and those 8 go head to head. The 4 that win those battle go on, the 2 that win those battle go on, and then finally you have a winner. So we have a prelims that will help us design the seeding of those 16 competitors. And Naomi has created music for all of that. So there is a certain amount of music that I can't remember right now, but it's like a chorus of music that both competitors are going to dance to. And then there'll be a little drum fill before the next chorus starts. And so everybody's submitting these videos and to that music, which we'll provide. And then we'll kind of splice everything together. So it should feel like kind of the live experience, just with everybody on video instead of in person.
Thank you.
Will competition videos be posted on YouTube at a later time from the anonymous form?
We said that they would.
We did discuss, I believe the working plan is that they will be, but not necessarily immediately after. We really want to encourage people to participate in the live events, but they will eventually be made available so people can share them more readily with their, like they normally would if they competed at ILHC.
Yeah.
But it may be, we didn't want to set the expectation that it would be right away. And
it may not be all of them. It may not be every single
that's correct.
person. Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
So the surefire way to see your video, the seed, is by buying a day pass and watching them live as they stream.
It looks like you have a snake in the corner of your
I know. I see this thing going like this.
This is a cat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's great. I just want people to know it's not a snake.
It's not a snake. It's my live snake tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have time for one more, and that is that one right there. You want to do it?
I don't know if that one's as necessary as I thought.
Okay.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Really quick. Why, for everyone, go round robin style, why is ILHC important to you?
Well, am I going first? For me, it's definitely about the community of dancers. Our promises that both Sylvia and Nina and I made in the beginning to our elders, and that we would deliver something of quality and of significance and at a very high standard. Ooh, girl, why are you gonna give me a cry? But anyway, yeah, so for me, that's what it's about. I've dedicated my life to Lindy Hop and Lindy Hop events and Lindy Hop community as a whole. So it's very important to me.
Yeah, mostly, all the same what Tina said, but there's also doing our best to do outreach so that more people can be part of the community, and especially the promises we made to Frankie with the youth program. The reason why we don't make any money is because we put it into the youth program. So I don't know. It's important enough to Tina and I and the rest of the gang here is that we've been doing this. We don't get paid. We do this for free because it is really important to us to share share the feeling of Lindy Hop and to increase the community, but also to help share and educate with the like the museum, the youth program, those kind of things, to share it down and to share it up are really important. It's just we're just doing the best we can to bring the community together in a worldwide place. There's a lot of Lindy Hop events that are all very important, but ILHC is the one that's most important to us. Scott.
Yeah, you know, for me, I really love competition. Like, I'm a competitive person, but like if I play a game or whatever, but also I just feel like in this artistic realm of Lindy Hop, competition can bring us all together to root for something and learn from the people that are competing, drive the scene in a direction. And we've seen that over and over and over again from ILHC and other events where people have put things together, and it's just really inspired the scene to go in a new direction. And I don't think it's as easy to move the scene forward without competition. I feel like it's super valuable, even if you don't want to compete. I don't compete very much anymore, or really at all. But it's like, I want to participate to see what everybody's doing, and it keeps me in tap with what the kids are doing. But it's still, I don't know, to me, ILHC brings that high level competition, moves the scene in a direction, and so I just think it's a really important event.
I'll go. ILHC is, I think, one of the things that I remember most about getting really involved in the swing community. That's how I started transitioning into being an organizer. Someone asked me on Monday if I wanted to work ILHC, and I hopped in a car on Thursday and drove up to ILHC and joined Scott in the competitors room and figured it out. Woo. And I remember Tina, I was helping clean up something, and Tina came up and was like, "So do you want to work all of the events?" And the rest is history. I really see ILHC is the place that I got involved in the community, and it continues to inspire me. Every year I see something that just blows my mind and makes me want to drive to be better and to be part of the community more. I love showing up and dancing with people from all over the world. I think that that's really special, and it's something we get a lot in swing dancing, but it's particularly true at ILHC because it's the best of the best from all over the world. And I mean, the best of the best with the ability to travel, which is a pretty big privilege sometimes. But this year it has the opportunity to be the best of the best, regardless of ability to travel or ability to, take that time off. And I think that that's really special and exciting.
Yeah.
For me, I think Lindy Hop is a lot of things, but it is also an art form, and so competition at this level is a great opportunity for us to really push the limits of the art form and explore what it can be and where we're going. And it's also a way for us to kind of evaluate our shared values as a community. And someone can say, "Hey, this is the thing I'm thinking," and then we can, experience it with them. And then, there's an opportunity to be even critical of it and just start a conversation and just move the scene forward and the art form forward. And nobody does it better than ILHC.
For me, well, like many of you have said, and like I shared in the beginning, ILHC was my first, I guess I would say, reactivation into Lindy Hop. I was grateful that my great grandmother swung me out when I was very, very little. But I'm not trying to make you cry, Tina, I promise. Just as Tina and Sylvia shared, I recognized very early that I was required to serve as a tradition bearer for these Black American dance traditions. And one of the things that I promised Miss Norma was that I would continue to show up and that I would continue to do my best to make sure that the entirety of our community was able to show up and participate in this dance form as it moves through the world. And one of the things that requires of us is to be present, even for the forms in which we don't participate. So even if you're not a competitor, if you love Lindy Hop, you should show up and participate. Give your energy to those who are endeavoring to be competitors, and also be around for the Zoom dance parties, because it's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, actually. But really just to continue to challenge ourselves artistically and as a community, as Brett was saying, to really look at how we're showing up to demonstrate those values that we claim that we hold about this dance, which is inherently wonderful and inherently beautiful because of the community of people that it came from. And we need to continue to build a community so that it continues to share our stories as the dance form grows. So that's important.
Don't worry, Tina, you're not the only one who cried, because you're up a little listening to that.
That's awesome. I just want to thank all of you. And I'm not going to make it through the rest of this, but yeah, think that we have an amazing team here, and to the community, we just hope that you stick with us, hang with us, and we'll make it all through this.
If you have any questions or you need help or there's any concerns you have, please just contact us. The team will do their very best to get back to you in a timely manner and to get it addressed. I mean, we just want to encourage you to participate, or if you know somebody who needs to participate or you would like to participate that needs some help from us, please let us know. That's it. So hopefully we'll see you all in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So is that it? Are we signing out?
I guess, unless somebody. Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I love your cat. Bye.
Bye.